Hi, folks, and welcome to one of the big occasions on the college football calendar. Two teams that have earned their right to play for the championship of the ACC. Think about all the playoff and national championship dreams that have been launched from this stadium. There's a lot more at stake than a championship trophy here today. There's playoff positioning and potentially just getting into the playoff on the line as well. So the stakes have never been higher. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Marshall Thundering Herd. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. And the kick goes out of bounds. How about this for a start? And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll run it to the right side. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Tackle up near midfield at the 48. The Panthers come up to the line in a hurry-up. They'll try to pick up the 3rd down yardage on the ground. Brought down to the 46, good enough for a 1st down.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to 3rd down. They pulled up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back of coming up with that conversion.
Hit getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
2nd and long for this offense after the sack. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to 1st down yardage yet. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looking for the wide out. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Boy, Chris, what a hit there on that 3rd down play by the defensive back. If he doesn't make that play, that's probably a 1st down, and they move the sticks. Instead, we've now got 4th down.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. Fielding the punt, looking to improve field position here. The returner is brought down. It's a starter on the next drive. The guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Gets some space around the 30. And that is a 1st down gain. Moves the ball to a 40.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. It keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup, Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense and your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
Breaks loose at the 45. An explosive play across midfield all the way to the 41.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
Finds room at the 30. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He's going to pull it down and run. Couldn't quite get in. Tackle down at the 2-yard line. Excellent run.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big game for this offense.
So 2 big plays in a row. The defense is reeling here. Now it's first and goal. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
A pretty good push up front here by this offensive line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Looking to score, they'll run it to the right side. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Hurd.
That's one of the more impressive drives that I've seen in a long time. They did not throw the football, and this running back got behind that big offensive line, just moved the ball all the way down the field, and then finally into the end zone. That is very discouraging for this defense.
They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it 7-0. Here's the kick. This back. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. This should be the last play of the quarter. Here comes a handoff. Oh, and they've got him behind the line. A tackle for loss to conclude the first quarter of play. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Throws to the tight end. And it's complete downfield. He's stopped out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield. So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, that defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the receiver and they gave up a big gain. Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Getting set. Here's second down. They'll try the option play here. He'll pitch it. He's found some room at the 45. Finally brought down, but the option produces a big gain that time. That's great execution. Well, the big fella's curve flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates.
Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
Boy, this offensive line is so caught up in making sure that they're accounting for the defensive line. Nobody sees the inside linebacker. He comes home with a blitz and gets the sack.
We'll see if the offense can overcome that sack. 2nd and long. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Fires it on the move. The freshman off the mark behind his receiver that time.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, it's going to cost you.
Incompletion sets up a 3rd down now for this offense. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long. But when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things. And it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Punt goes out of bounds. Looks like they'll spot it near the 15. So Marshall's offense takes the field again. The last drive, the ground game, was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. Handoff to the single back. Powering right past the defender. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid game there.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. 3rd down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looks left and finds his target there. In a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Most defensive coordinators focus a lot of their energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. They give up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, and they're in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
They're going to run it here. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. He grabs it inside the 20. Touchdown, thundering herd. Made the defense look slow that time. Aren't you taught on defense, Kirk? Don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right call.
But they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. He'll try a pass here. Finds an open target on the left side. Ball carrier tackled there.
We're in the age of the mobile quarterback, and you saw it right there. The ability to scramble out of the pocket, extend the play, and make passes like that is invaluable to the offense.
Second down after that previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. There's contact on the throw. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job at getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
On first down, it's play action. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And the pass is dropped, incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
Second down play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle by the tight end. Tackled at the 5-yard line. Now it's first and goal right there.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's first and goal. And there's the handoff. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Chris, we're still early in this football game. We're in the second quarter. It's a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
Extra point try coming now. With the extra point, they're down 14-7 now. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He'll bring it out from his end zone. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage. They should have left the ball in the end zone. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Single back takes the handoff. Finding space at the 20. He stopped him, but he gets out across the 25-yard line. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. Defense loading up in DBs here, wanting to prevent the deep pass play. He'll hand it off. Moves the ball up to the 30. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Looks like one more play here before halftime. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. He's got a receiver wide open here. Breaks loose at the 40. They finally make the stop after a big play, but time runs out on the first half of play. And that is going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Panthers will kick it deep to begin the second half. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Here comes Marshall's offense back out onto the field. They'll run the option. They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looking to pass here on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Tootin. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And that broken tackle will earn him first down yardage.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big third down, know what you need to do, get the first down, continue to hold on to that lead, continue to work clock, and get that much closer to securing a victory.
And looking to throw now on first down. Defense is coming after him. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
The offense will look to regroup here at 2nd and 11. Linebackers trying to confuse this offense now. Testing the right side.
The back gets a lot of the attention here. I mean, it's a good battle. I'd love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. And he'll set up to throw. He'll take a deep shot. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Marshall.
Chris, that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. He may have more in it.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. And the Panthers offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? They begin with a quick throw to the left. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And on the carry, he's heading left. Fights off a defender. He gets loose. They can't get him to the ground. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. At the 30. At the 20. Touchdown hit. There was no stopping him.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He steps out of bounds at the 14. That's where the drive will start. So Marshall's offense takes the field again. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. Handoff here from the shotgun. He's tackled just short of the 20-yard line.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
That gain makes it second and medium. And now the handoff. Stopped short of the 25, but it's enough to move the sticks.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. The gain is 5, so it's second and 5 now.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. You have to see that from the running game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking to pass this time. Running out of time in the pocket. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Big play across midfield. They'll spot it near the 36. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. Oh, and he almost had it. A chance for a momentum-changing interception. It does bring up third down.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They pressure the quarterback and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
The important play right here. Close game, fourth quarter, third and long. Quarterback making some changes at the line. And he'll drop back here on third down. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. And they pick up the first down, tackled at the 25. A new set of downs after that completion. The linebacker shifting around now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. Gets loose on the scramble and picks up a decent gain. Short of the first down, though. The offense has done well to chew some clock here. Now they'll come up on second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in a fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space in lanes. And he takes off and picks up a first down.
Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. aiming for the end zone. Touchdown. Hurry. This offense cannot be stopped.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Pittsburgh offense is back out on the field. We'll hand it off. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. Look out, he's got some space. Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have